Oh my love.
Basically, it's gonna take me a long time because I have no power tools, and that's okay.
You're such a fragile thing.
You are so fast.
I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow. But I'm here to hold.
We pulled in here late last night, and before I went to bed, I turned my phone off. Unless there is some crazy emergency, my phone will stay off for the next 4 days or so. See, I'm reading this book, and it's called The Comfort Crisis. And without getting into too much detail, it's basically about how our lives are incredibly comfortable, and it leads to a lot of the issues that we experience now as a society and as individuals. One of the chapters in this book is about the 3-day effect. I had already planned on coming up north into these woods before heading back out west to the desert. But after I read about the 3-day effect and suddenly had this label for the feeling that I know that I get when being in nature for 3 or 4 days completely unplugged, I decided to make it a little bit more intentional. I don't have any access to music, social media, podcasts, friends, family, the internet. It's just me and Akela and these woods. If you're new here, this is a plot of land that my family has owned in the northern woods of Wisconsin. Really beautiful, especially in the summer. It is lowland, and the river access is pretty mucky, which is fine, but it's also why Akela is absolutely covered in mud. Also, there really isn't a good way to get down to the river. We kind of just bushwhacked our way in. You can't even see the river. There's a river back there, I promise. But I think I'm going to clear a section of that out. Clear this stuff out. I might chop some of these lower branches, and then the path kind of winds back up there, back up to where I have the van parked. The only issue is that I do have a limited set of tools. I wasn't actually planning on working on this at all, but here we are. Basically, it's going to take me a long time because I have no power tools, and that's okay. This is a saw that I carry with me everywhere, and I love it. Highly recommend. No, come back! Why are you so fast? Stop! You are so fast! You are really fast! Got him. I found a frog! Isn't he cute? Be nice. He's so cute. Be nice to him. I'm gonna take this guy out. Alright, Akela. Come on.
You miss the ones you know. I'll be here hanging on, waiting for your call. Seems like time as a wave passing by, leave a mark in our mark, turn the memory. Rivers gonna cry when you're gone. Rivers gonna cry when you're gone.
Smirking as I'm thinking about some of the common questions I get, and a lot of people ask me how I keep Akela so clean, or how I prevent her from she's wet, how I prevent her from getting the van super dirty. The answer is that I don't. Akela is allowed to get as muddy and wet and filthy as she wants to. If it makes sense to dry her off or wipe her off before she goes into the van, I'll do that. Otherwise, she just gets the van dirty, and then I clean it up, and she gets to have as much fun as she wants, and then we're both happy. So that's the answer to that.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away.
you? How are you doing? You okay? Are you just getting tired? Good job, you gonna help? All right, this is where leaving off. I am exhausted, but the good kind of exhausted. Yeah, I'm beat. So obviously, I don't know what time it is because my phone is off, but I do know what time it is because Akela is very good at telling me when it is time for her to eat dinner. She's been trying to come and get me and bring me up to the van, which means that it is approximately 5:30 p.m. I know, I'm coming. I think I might rinse off just a little bit. I wish I had better access to the river where I wouldn't get all mucky, but oh well. We'll just deal with what we have, which is actually pretty nice anyway. Akela, come here. Good girl, you want that? Well, I've been sitting here by the river because I can see it now. Well, my plan was to go fishing yesterday, but then I got really caught up in this project. And so I figured, I'll just go fishing in the morning. But now that I'm sitting here looking at what I did yesterday, I have a plan actually for something that I want to do to add to it. So I guess I'm just gonna get back to work. As I was working yesterday, I noticed this pile of boards here. They look like 4x6s. I think what I want to do is make a platform out of these just right near the river so that one could sit right near the river. Watch out. I have an idea.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days
This
and
one is
nights,
dense.
won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if
Well, a few things happened within that time of me figuring out how I want these laid down. these are really nice and sturdy in here. There are some roots that are kind of locking them in place, which is perfect. Akela lost her ball. I don't really know how that happened. I actually think it might be buried in that mud. Did you bury it in the mud? And this is the third thing that happened. The frogs love my log that I put here. Look, it's like frog heaven. And there, and there. Little nose sticking out there. Little guy right there. Hi everybody. Hey Akela, you're scaring my frogs away.
Appalachian sunrise, sweet smile. Even with my eyes still closed, feel it coming. Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden, golden things. Mountain laurel high five for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbird.
Well, it is not spectacular by any means, but I like it. Should we go in?
Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold rings, gold anything. Gold, I'll follow only golden.
Good girl, come here. Good job.
Golden, golden things.
The soup maybe has another 45 minutes or so. The beans take a while to cook. I'm not sure that you guys can really see this in the camera. Well, this side of little girl's face is awfully swollen. We learned why we don't hunt bees, didn't we? Well, hopefully we learned. Otherwise, there will be many more swollen faces in our lifetime.
Oh my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow, but I'm here to hold.
Tomorrow I turn my phone on. I wish I didn't have to. And maybe one day I won't. Being unplugged like this for a few days, it's not foreign to me, but I think every time I do it, I learn something new, or maybe relearn something important. Two things stood out to me the last few days. One of them being my mental clarity, and the other being the realization of just how much time I have in a day. Obviously, I capture a lot on camera. There's a lot that I don't capture, and a lot of the things that I don't capture are a lot of what makes each place I go to special and unique. And this time here in these woods, certainly one of the most special times I've been here. I don't think I could be any more content. Leftover soup in a pot, fire going, Akela sleeping next to me. The weather is unreal. The trees are so vivid green. And I have my home parked just right there. We'll see you next week.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just